Hello, and welcome back to Elden Ring, where last time I managed to beat the Dancing Dragon down there, or whatever the boss was called. Can't quite remember, but I beat them. I am proud of myself for that, because that was honestly a lot more difficult than I wanted it to be. The boss wasn't particularly fun, but I damn well did it anyway. But yeah, I think next thing I've got to do is figure out how to get into that tower up there, full of all those kind of dark tree branch things. So the first thing is I'm going to very quickly just explore this area, make sure I'm not missing anything. I don't think I've missed anything, but I just want to be certain. I think the first thing I'd like to check is I did immediately go and jump into kind of doorway with this lift in it. Did I, by any chance, miss anything? It doesn't look like there's anything under the lift. That's good. Was there anything here that I'd missed? I mean, it's definitely pointing me in a direction. It looks to be pointing me maybe towards there. Alright. That might be where we're going next. I kind of thought it would point me up into this, but apparently not. And the fact I'm being pointed means this is pointing to one of the actual demigods, right? Is that where Bicala is? Up that way? Maybe. In which case, I still need to decide. Do I want to go down to the south? Because this looks like a dead end. I'm thinking maybe we go here first. But then otherwise, we've got up here, we've got up here. Thinking we'll go up there next. And apparently got markers elsewhere. Are they on this map? Did I leave markers out this way? I think I see one there. Did I have another marker? Yes, I did, in here. Yeah, because remember, I was trying to get the other half of the seals to get to down here and maybe get another tier for my flask. I don't think we need another crimson tier. I think we're doing fine. So in which case, I'm gonna go figure out exactly what I need to do. Because I have no idea. Like, first of all, can I do anything in here? Not immediately. How many runes do I have? Not enough to need to be worried about losing them. In which case, onto the horse I get. And yeah, head towards marker number 3, I believe it was. Where I wanted to head. Don't want to head directly towards it. There is a path we want to follow around. Which, yeah, looks to be this road just here. This road, it looks to be mostly safe. I'm thinking there might be something off to the sides. I'm not seeing anything of note. That is a slight lie. This might be of note over here. To be honest, there's been a lot of these kind of coffins around the place, hasn't there? So I don't know if that means anything. I don't know if it means anything at all. If I go over here though, we can kind of get a look over what looks to be a path leading inside of that. Yeah, that looks like we're going to end up going into that mountain. I'll be looking forward to that. That's going to be fun. And also, I'm spotting a camp of friendly people? Or a camp of not very friendly people. I'm thinking the latter. By fact, we've got a dog on fire, and I'm immediately able to target them. Let's make sure I've got my guard up. We can take care of the dog. There we go. What's up with these guys? They're seemingly not the worst to deal with. You might be kind of worse. Let's make a bit of distance. I don't need to worry about the other guys as well. 2 parries knocks him down though, so that's not awful. I would quite like to get his shield. I don't know if it's a good shield, but it might be. And knocks him down. I think we need one quick follow up. There we are. Didn't get his shield, he did get his weapon. Hello, Shy. Good to see you. Good to see you. Looking forward to doing some kind of D&D stuff later. Should be fun. Yeah, hope you had a lovely weekend. Hope you had a good weekend. I believe I did ask on Discord anyway, but I feel I need to mention it anyway if someone drops by the stream. So, that will. Hope you had a good weekend regardless. And a fire coil. That's a tool. Is that like a usable spell of some type? Maybe. Found a black firefly. Interesting. I've not seen that before as a resource. I was thinking maybe a smouldering butterfly. Apparently not. Yeah, we do have a waterfall. We need to check. Is there anything behind it? No. No, there's not anything behind the waterfall. 0 out of 10. Bad waterfall. I don't like it. I'm going to go to the store and get some more cheese. Fair enough. I mean, I appreciate dropping in. You're more than welcome to lurk. And good luck going to the shop. I'm sure you'll do fine. It's the shop. It's not anything too scary. And, ooh, that's a fragment. That is actually very nice. I am going to want to use that whenever possible. I'm also going to murder these guys, just because I don't trust them entirely. Back in 20 minutes? Alright, Shy. I'll see you in a little while then. I'll see you in a little while. Until then, I need to figure out what on earth I'm meant to be doing. Oh yeah, you'll still have time, sure. I mean, immediately I'm thinking we got what looks like it might be a cave just here. And a fancy looking item on the ground. Hello, good sir. Do you mind if I murdered you? I think he might, but I don't think he gets a choice. Yeah, what exactly are you protecting? A blessing of Mara. As a potentially consumable item, that is... I mean, a very rare potential consumable. Would you stop it, please? The two of you are a menace when fighting together. I think this calls for shield. There we go. Flamethrower's gotten rid of one of them. We should now be fine, right? Yeah, there we are. There we go. Get some more cola to drink. Fair enough. You always need to make sure the stash of like sweets and everything is replenished, you know? Yeah, there's not anything else up here. What was that item? Ah, completely restores HP and heals all ailments. So that's why it's very rare. That is not something I think I'll ever get too much use out of. It is potentially nice to have. And yeah, you've told me about your weekend on Discord. Although I'm always happy to talk about it some more if you want. And it's up to you. Yeah, do you have anything to say?
Oh, another thing. Did you speak to our dour little friend? If you've yet to do so, have him give you a map of the cross's whereabouts. You'll find more of them dotted about these lands. They are Mikola the Kind's footprints.
Dour little friend. You mean this one?
And yet my oath I cannot overlook. If Mikola it is whom you would seek, then comrade, allow me to give you this. These are the sites of the crosses I found. I urge you, follow after Mikola. As long as you abide by his footfalls, you will be no enemy to me.
Okay. And Fair enough, I got a nice little map. It's mentally preparing yourself to go to the store. I mean, you'll be fine. Don't worry too much. Like if you go and you buy stuff and you leave, that's all there is to it. You don't have to be doing anything else. Like I think if you're all that concerned, make sure you look over what you might want to buy first. Very tempted to eat dry sausages. I mean, you always have that with some bread, could you not? Like that would be an option. Also, I'm able to summon a fella, so I think I will quickly. And then we're gonna go fight him. Who, I'll be honest, does not seem the most friendly. Yeah, not the most friendly at all. Oh god. How do I fight you? That is a question, isn't it? I think with difficulty is the answer. I need to try and get my dodge rolls right, but it's kind of difficult. Hot dogs, pickles and a sandwich. Yeah, that can work. That can work. Oh, we knocked him down. Isn't that fast? Or we staggered him for a moment at least. Yeah, I'm trying to get my dodge rolls in. I don't think that worked. How are you meant to fight this guy? I don't know. I might come back to him. I don't know if that's gonna go well. I saw a big fella and I thought I want to beat him up. You know? And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. That's how these games work. Yeah, my fella is quite noisy in his death. It's not exactly peaceful. Anyway, grab my runes. I don't know if my little summon did anything much. But, just in case he did, head back here and summon him. Get on my horse. And now we kind of hope for the best. Yeah, the ghost gravestones are kind of odd, aren't they? I think on a horse, this is fine enough. Like, I can avoid those attacks. This is working out, surprisingly. Just be a little careful when he slams his boots into the ground. Apart from that, seems okay. Yeah, I should just fight him on my horse, is apparently what I should have done initially. It's gonna take a while though. So, oh well. Let's get some stamina back. Whack him a little. He's been staggered, so just keep on whacking the guy. Some stamina back. We're fine. We're fine. Like you said, almost 0 damage. I'm dealing a decent amount of damage. He's just got a lot of hit. We're getting through it. We are. Albeit quite slowly, but we are getting through. I'm just waiting for my stamina to come back. There we go. Whacking his leg. I'm worried my horse is going to take another hit and just kind of fall over dead. Yeah, like that is kind of my concern. Resummon the steed. There we go. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. When I try to run away, he does that attack. But I'm thinking, if I beat this guy, I've got to get something good, right? I don't know what on earth I'd get. There's got to be something good. There goes the horse again. Just re-summon him. There we are. Thankfully, it's only really the horse taking damage, not me. So we don't need to be balancing health flasks between us. Okay, this time he's properly following me. That's good. I guess whenever I get that kind of attack, I just need to let him fall over. Because he stays down for quite a while, see. Why is he staying down for so long? Is this guy okay? Does he need help? Okay, no, he's finally getting up. There we go. I have absolutely no idea if this is worth doing. I'm starting to get somewhat doubtful that it is worthwhile. But yeah, you're just falling asleep, you know? I'm not being the most exciting enemy form, I don't think. Ow, that's a new one. Stay between his legs. Got it. Knocked him down. No, we staggered him, but we didn't knock him down. Got it. Just need to do that a few times. Seemingly. But we've got him below half health. This is such a boring thing. Like, I feel I figured the guy out. Just keep hitting him while he's staggered. I think it's third stagger he gets knocked down. It's working out, so here we go. Let's get some stamina so I can do more jumps if I need to. That's something new. I thought that was just going to be a wider kind of area, but no, that was an explosion. That hits vertically as well. I need to run away if he does that. Cool. That was fun to have learnt, like, 10 minutes into a fight. Oh god. This is fine. This is fine. It's not really fine. But it's fine. Summon my guy. We're going to summon him as far back as we can. And he's going to figure out what he wants to do himself. So I'm sure he'll come help me. Right. Yeah, he's teleported up to me. Oh, we run away from this one. We run away. My guy's alive. How is he not dead? I got insta-killed from that. How did he not? I feel cheated. I mean, my guy's barely alive still. But he's alive. He's getting a little bit of damage on him. Big old stomp. We know how to avoid that one. It's the double stomp I don't like. Staggered him again. That's good. Did my fall work? We're getting good damage in. Oh yeah, he's definitely got more health than I do. I don't think I'm meant to be fighting him. I'll not lie. But this guy feels more like an obstacle than a fight. But that just makes me want to beat him even more. So that means there's got to be something good if I'm silly enough to actually attack him. Just keep beating him up slightly. That didn't quite work. You know, I should just get onto the horns. That's really not working. Resummon the steed. There we go. I actually need to heal as well. So there we are. stay between his legs, and we should be okay. Is that him now falling down? It is, in which case I get off the horse, and I do simply heavy attacks. I believe it's higher DPS if I do this. Quickly drink a flask. Yeah, just stay here for a little while. This is fine. Yeah, I'm almost certain the follower has more health than me as well, and I don't know why. I don't think my health's particularly low. I think he's just a very bulky follower. I also just noticed that guy's feet has people tied to it, which is slightly concerning. He does stay down for long, but you need to get this staggering, I think, 3 times for it to actually work. So it's hard not to. If I had an actual weapon as well, it would mean I could get a crit on it. But sadly, I don't have an actual weapon. I've got a torch. So I'm some kind of silly person who thinks I can do the entire game with a torch. But I'm having fun. So I may be silly. I'm having fun. Ouch, that hurt. Fine, my desperate horse is fine. This is okay. I wish I could heal the horse. But sadly I can't. Not until it gets knocked down. I mean, I am doing good with the torch. Yeah, I appreciate you saying so. But at the same time, you've got to admit, it is kind of silly of you. Come on. Don't murder me now, I just want to get on the horse. Go. Wait for him to fall down. I get off the horse. Is this better if I do this? Potentially. I think we just flail. What if I two-hand it? That'll be even better, right? So for stamina. I think I'm going to change that to possibly the purple talisman again. Just for a faster stamina regen. I do think it's fine. But he really does just take a nap for a while, doesn't he? Back on the horse. This is fine. This is fine. Got a stagger in. That is good. He's doing his jump. Run away. Run away. Okay, horse is gone. I can resummon him. Also, I want to say that's like heads of a fire giant. Something similar, you know, on this guy's waist. Like, you see those kind of red, hairy things? Some kind of a head has got tied to this. It makes sense if it's a fire giant, just because this guy's kind of fire. Fire giant was also red, hairy. Is that a knockdown? No. It's close. That's one leg. Just needs a double jump. Go. That's 2 legs. Run away. Now we get closer again. Is that 2 legs again? That is. Okay, horse is gone, but we can get him back. This is fine. We're close. We're so close. Did we get anything from this? I really, really hope we do. We do. We got a key item. Deflecting hearts here. The Furnace Visage. I'm happy with that. I think I was third try, not quite second try. But yeah, that went well. That went well. The hell is a deflecting visage? Furnace Visage, sorry. Exceedingly rare to find. Doesn't tell me much else. I mean, it might have been second try? I don't know. I might have miscounted. There is a possibility. But I tried once and was, like, murdered by him very quickly. When not on the horse. I gave it another try while on the horse and died to double jump, I think. I'm fairly sure this is a third try, but I'm not certain. I'm not certain. Yeah, we also found this. Enhances Spontaneous Guard. What on earth is a Spontaneous Guard? Is that like when you use your weapon to block? As opposed to using a shield? Maybe? I don't know. Regardless, I'm happy that went well. I'm happy I won. I do want to change this to be the tortoise. There we go. And quickly rest up. And actually, we could have made that easier for myself by empowering. Why not do both of those? Oh well. We got one of them, I believe. So that's good. That's good. We do want to go off from dual... Not dual wielding, two-handing. Yeah, I mean, this is just a field of kind of ghost gravestones. Which, I guess makes sense, since they don't have physics on them. You're able to do it like this a lot happier. Without kind of the game engine shouting at you, being like, "What are you doing? I don't render all these physics objects. You're being mean to me." And, you know, all that typical stuff a game engine might do. Because, yeah, game engines don't like having this many physics objects. I'm assuming that's why. It could just be for the effect. I'm assuming it's more for that reason. Because normally, I believe a gravestone would be a destructible object. At least if there was this many. Looks like we can go underneath the bridge. Somewhat tempting. I'm more interested in what's going on with this lake. And more importantly, what's going on with you? Oh, how it hurts. From every tip to toe. Help me, I must ask. Am I human still? Is that the reason I yet suffer so? Is he being made into a mushroom? Looks to have a mushroom growing out of his back. That can't be fun. I mean, I think he's a ghost, so I don't think you're wrong. I think he is dead. Or he might have turned into one of these guys. It's hard to say. I don't think he's doing too well by the sounds of things, however. Just get rid of it. There we go. That's why we have the shield. The shield is lovely. It's just a nice kind of pest repellent tool, you know? All I need is to get rid of this parry. If you wouldn't mind, please attack me so I can parry and then murder. And there we go. Yeah, look at these guys. Like, you can see their spine just being elongated. I don't know what's up with them. But assuming they used to be people who got transformed, that doesn't seem healthy. Yeah, if it's a zombie mushroom, I think... I don't know if we're going to get a Last of Us scenario, Shy, but we might. We might. Like, there is a possibility. Also, you know, I can summon my friend. He can join it. Hello, friend. Let's quickly get rid of all of these guys. And we've got some weird wizard summoning, I'm assuming is like clouds of insects. You having fun there, friend? I think he is. I say that, he does not seem to be having much fun. Yeah, cordyceps, they do exist in real life. I believe there was a mutant strain of it in Scotland specifically, which was able to affect smaller mammals and not just insects. I'm not certain on that, but I think possibly that is a thing. So, who knows? Maybe in the not too far future, we do have the zombie mushroom apocalypse to worry about. I mean, it couldn't be much worse than how things already are, right? Yeah, no. I'm sure the world's not that much of a mess yet. Nothing in this building, seemingly. I mean, hopefully it doesn't become stronger. I think it is very unlikely for it to become stronger. But who knows? Who knows? I'm noticing though there is a hole in this roof. It doesn't mean I can go inside. There is a hole on this one. There's not anything in there, and I don't think there's anything in this one either. Zombie wasp. I think the zombie wasp, though, that's it, puts its larva into creatures, right? And it's kind of parasitoid, rather than, like, controlling them by them being dead and being controlled. It's they're alive, and it changes the kind of chemicals in the insects to act differently. I know there's some kind of parasitic wasp who's kind of terrifying. I don't know if that's the one you're on. It might be, it might not. They're furnace visage. 2 of them. I mean, that's cool, but what are they? Like, I just got something, some kind of cookbook. Did they use it? Yes. Hefty furnace pot. This doesn't seem like it's going to be worthwhile. Like, that's so hard to make. Unless these visages come back. Like, yeah, it sounds cool. But I don't know, I don't buy it. We're still controlling their... Yeah. They were controlling it. You're not wrong. Although it kind of raises the question with kind of Last of Us stuff of... Were the insects dead? Were they alive? I don't know. Regardless, I think the mushroom controlled alive things, didn't it? At least in real life. So... Yeah, I guess if we're calling it a mushroom zombie, then yeah, that would be a zombie wasp. You're not wrong. That's kind of horrifying though. Imagine having just tons of little insects kind of growing inside it. That can't be fun for poor caterpillars that go through that. Can't be fun in the slightest. Also, I think I can ignore most of these enemies. I just need to pick this. There we go. Yeah, nature is weird though. I think one of the kind of technically parasitic animals you get is like the cuckoo, isn't it? The bird. Who, well, put their eggs into other nests. And those other birds will raise their young. Those kind of young, I believe, just by kind of instinct, they stretch out a lot more and push towards the edges of the nest. Meaning they push out the other young chicks or the other unhatched eggs. So that's how they work. Not like zombies or anything, but they do that. And like one of the more interesting parts of the cuckoo is that they have... So essentially, to stop cuckoos doing this, lots of birds have... There's something in their... Is it wake, I want to say, that birds have? Whatever part it is that makes the eggs come out. Some birds have little glands inside of their put patterns onto their eggs. So they can recognise, like, oh, this is my egg. If a cuckoo tries to put an egg in, and it doesn't have a pattern, it's not my egg. I'm going to get rid of it. So that's something interesting that birds did to adapt to them. And then the cuckoos adapted. And cuckoos as a species, depending on where you are, yeah, multiple kind of shadowy dogs. I don't know about ghosts. Yeah, cuckoo birds as a species, they have adapted to that. So, depending on where they are, they will specifically target certain nests of a species of bird. So say they were targeting some kind of bird off in the middle of a rainforest somewhere. And then they're also targeting a bird somewhere in kind of more alpine forest. Both of them were cuckoos doing this. But due to how they've selectively evolved, they're able to mimic the kind of process of these eggs getting those marks on them. Which is really quite cool. So it means they've... Well, that is a lot of birds. These cuckoos, depending on their region, have somehow managed to change their genetics so that they have the similar glands to these birds that changed their genetics to counter the cuckoos. That's wild to think, isn't it? Because that's just an entire species of... That's something alive there, isn't it? It's an entire species of kind of bird that, depending on where it is completely different to the rest of its species. Yeah, it was something. It was a dragon, apparently. Thought it was something. Can't see. Assuming it's like the other dragons, this shouldn't be too bad. It sounds like another dragon. It's a ghost flame dragon. It's not doing much stomping. I did one stomp there, which spat out a bunch of flames. Yeah, I'm not sure about this dragon. I think he needs a bit of a diet, you know? He needs to get some more calories in. Just keep whacking him. Don't know what he's doing. Let's just back off. Yeah, I think backing off was the right move there. That's fine. He's able to create some distance. However, I'm able to dodge roll, so I'm all good. Let's try and knock him down. This is fine. Honestly, he hits quite hard, but he doesn't hit for too much. Oh, I apparently had the wrong flask and I healed there. I thought I'd healed. That's fine. I can beat this guy. I can beat this guy. Chicken legs. I think this guy's like a zombie dragon, is what I think it is. I think he has like connective tissues between his various bones. He doesn't actually have much flesh to him. I think that's what's going on. That'd be my assumption anyway. From the fact he's a ghost flame dragon, it would make sense if he was some kind of bone creature. It's like you can see what looks like raw flesh on the side. There's a little more bread. Ow, that one hurt. That, I don't think could hit me. And I feel that shouldn't have hit me either. Okay. We'll pop my flask. We'll get some heal. We're fine. I'm not too concerned by this guy. This is all okay. Get some more damage on him. We're doing good enough damage. I can take this guy. Make sure I have my shield that seems to defend against things. Hopefully I can beat him before we're back. Well, if you're heading off, I have a feeling I will have beaten him before you're back. So. Thinking we're unlikely going to go underneath the bridge next. Or, no, we did underneath the bridge. We're going to go over the bridge next. So you'll be able to see what happens over there when we come back. Yeah, enjoy your trip to the shop. Walking. This less fine if I'm not locked onto the right foot when that happens. This is mostly fun. This is still fine. I'm getting my guard up. He just turns around. Isn't too bad. That one hurt a bit. Heal up. That was a different attack to what most dragons have. I was assuming he was going to do a standard kind of breath attack. All dragons do. This is fine. Do a couple heavy hits. Back away from this. We can go back in. Can't see. But it's hopefully fine. Okay, he's just breathing some flames. I can knock him down. There we go. Let's go over to dual wielding. I think we're faster just doing our light attacks here. In terms of damage output, we're faster anyway. That hurt, but we're fine. Need to heal up. Doing? He's slamming that down, messed that timing up slightly. We used to have that by instinct, but not quite. Not quite. There we go. Couple of heavies might do something. It's painful, and arguably what to be underneath him is actually safer than backing off. And I do heal. Tried to get a heavy attack in, didn't quite work. Couple light attacks though. Dodged too early, which just kept my guard up. Okay, we're fine. It's a little sketchy, but we're fine. It's in the sky. Dodge rolled correctly that time. Although I can't see what I'm trying to hit. I could have got some hits in there, but I think he's slightly too far from it. Shield up. Didn't defend me that time. He was better. We should have him though. This guard. I take a bit of stamina damage, but it's not awful. Heavy attack. I just need a light attack. Or two. And there he goes. That wasn't too bad. Apparently he was a great enemy. I mean, he was an alright enemy. And I think that smithing stone is actually something we very much need. Let me quickly see. How do I get back to the forge. Should be down here. Yeah, because I need to go improve. I believe it's the shield that's waiting on an improvement. I think so, anyway. Trying to think, was it the shield? Almost certain it was. I think my torch is fully.
Lay out your arms.
Hello. I will lay out my arms. It would be strength and armament. Yes, there we go. This actually boosts its damage. Gives it a better guard boost as well, slightly. But weaker at damage. What happened to her? I don't know what I'm asking.
I've upset the girl. She says that now my chains are broken, I'm free. That if I stay here, I will be ruined with the round table. What use have I for freedom now? I smith weapons to slay a god. I have lived and will die doing so upon this spot. Is there any other way?
Alright. So yeah, he's not wanting to leave. Fair enough. I think I kinda knew that. Can I go talk to the woman about this? I'm trying to remember what I've did before when I played the game.
I see. You're here for some spirit tuning.
Apparently I've not got any other options, and yeah, we can't improve him yet. That's a shame, but understandable. We'll improve him eventually, and this is the map we want. There we go. Because yeah, if I go... Is there a way under there? I think, looking at a map, the way down would be through here. So I need to cross that bridge. That, I believe, is my only option. I could be wrong. There could be other options here. I think that's it. We just need to cross this bridge. Done plenty in this first area though. Like, I'm happy with what we've done so far. And yeah, am I being pointed towards that tree? I think that's where I'm being pointed to from the Site of Grace with the dancing lion, dragon, whatever it was thing. Pick up some butterflies. There we go. Be mildly concerned about this guy. And just make sure I'm going kind of inconsistently in my movements. Let's get rid of you. You go away first. And after that, I can get off the horse. We do want to test out my new shield as well, so thank you for volunteering. Because yes, that is more damage than before. Before I believe it was 500 and something. Get rid of you. You have a crossbow? Not entirely so I expected that from Mr. Shield and Axe guy. It makes sense. So you're next. Oh no, we've got perfumers. I don't like perfumers, they're a pig. Ah no. I thought we were done with those after leaving the main game. Okay, back away. This is fine. Just use the fire. That does plenty of damage. I don't know if we're able to do any more to the lot of them. But we've got two of them dead. Just keep attacking and interrupting. think it's good enough. There we go. Heal. Well, apparently take one of their sets of clothes, because why not, I guess. Yeah, what have we got in this camp? Anything of use to me? Because I'm assuming that guy who sounded his horn means I don't have to worry about any enemies in the immediate area, at least. Fire spark perfume bottle. So I know you could make your own perfume bottles. Is that just a reusable perfume bottle? That would be kind of fun. Yeah, if we're gonna do this, which way do I want to go around in terms of exploring? I'm gonna explore up here next, 'cause it's got a site of grace, and then we go to the opposite side of the road. And work our way anti-clockwise. Oh, I thought I could parry, but didn't actually hit. Ouch! That was mean of them. I don't like when they just attack in a way that I can't parry. That's kind of my tactic here with the torch. I need to be able to parry, otherwise the torch doesn't work. God damn it. Alright. Make my way over, we need to get those runes. That is a lot of runes. That's possibly an entire level, which I should have spent, in fairness. So yeah, be a little on the careful side. Because you know we've got a ballista? Is that a ballista? What would you call it? I don't know. It seems more complicated than just a ballista. But I think it is. I think it is a ballista. Not entirely the most damaging of things. It's certainly not fun. Goodbye. We're gonna leave you alone. Because what I care about is my runes. And also this. Tree fragment. Of course. I would like to do a level up, please. Just burn the two again. The dog is more resistant to fire, as you might imagine, from him being, you know, on fire. Yeah, if we rest here, I should be able to do something. I don't think we can improve that. Can level up. Let's have an extra 3 damage. Extra 26 health does not seem particularly good at this point. Don't need endurance. Strength an extra 1 damage. Yeah, faith. It's just damage, I think, at this point. Let's keep looking around. I don't think there's anything inside of any of these. Would not seem like it. In which case we cross over the road. As we said, we're going around kind of counterclockwise. Not actually seeing a way into any of these attempts immediately. I don't think that one there has a door. I mean, these people, I'm pretty sure they know it exists. I want to keep my distance though, because I want to get rid of hopefully the dog first, and then we'll deal with the guy who's currently just being very mean and throwing stuff at me. There we go. Nice and simple. Okay, we can get into here then. No. We can't. That's a bit weird. I kind of felt like we'd be able to, and... What's this? Ember of Mesmer. Huh. That was needed to make the... kind of fire tornado pot, wasn't it? That seems good. I don't actually know what it is. That does a lot of damage. I was gonna say we've got that guy dead, but no, they do a lot of damage about throwable. But they can just spam. I'm sure I'll be fine. Do we want to get my runes back? Let's quickly just go over here. These guys are slightly different. You have a fancy torch pole, which I do want because while it's technically not a torch, I want to say it's an honorary torch, meaning I want one. I believe it's 2 parries with you. It's enough to knock you down. There we go. Quickly heal. Okay, apparently you blocked my parry, that therefore like killed. This is fine. Just need one last hit on it. I think parry will do fine. That's all good. Nothing else about immediately, but we do the Fire Knight's Cookbook. Is that what these guys are? Technically. Are these guys Fire Knights? Get one of you at a time, which is nice. It really knocks me back for his attacks. Makes him a little annoying. Whatever. We got rid of him, and he's a Mesmer Soldier, is what he is. Okay. Okay. I mean, I don't know who this Mesmer guy is. I'm assuming I'll come across him. But I'm trusting he won't be friendly, seeing as the soldiers are immediately hostile. Also, if I make my way up here, can I get to that kind of scaffolding? Maybe I can get to the scaffolding? Not the most hopeful. But I'd kinda like to. I think what we want though is those guys down there aren't protecting anything. So you want to just kind of ignore them. Grab whatever's in here. Ignore the fact that all of these barrels are apparently explosive. Because that's concerning. Yeah, because they're throwing fire pots. Bunch of explosive barrels. That adds up. That adds up. They are wanting to blow me up. Yeah, we're into uncharted territory. We would like to get to there. Because that is the map. Let me quickly get off my horse. Because this place looks spooky. In fact, you got these statues. They normally lead you to what do you call it? A catacomb, I guess, maybe? I don't know what they're technically called. But normally, they lead you to wherever the kind of, I don't know, you pull a lever, unlock a big metal door, fight a boss. That kind of area is normally where you end up. They're pointing in this direction, but I am seeing some flames. What I'm not seeing though is a way through to that river I was kind of hoping to find. That guy would have stabbed me if he actually managed to jump. Thankfully he didn't. If I just do flamethrower, because there's quite a few of these guys and they're a bit of a pain to hit. I think that was worthwhile. There's this one. You are not too important because you are now dead. Which for me is good. I like him being dead. It's quite useful. You know what was a catacomb? What do you call these places? A crypt, maybe? I don't think I'd be finding a... Yeah, as a catacomb. I don't think I'd be finding a catacomb in the DLC. I thought this was more of a main game kind of thing. Oh well. Put down... State of Grace. Quickly rest. There we go. Head on up slightly. Because I want to get into there. We'll go in there on the way down because I want to have a lift at the bottom. But we want to go into there. So as of now we just run into the wall. That should be fine. What's this all about? A liar ahead? Good to know. I'm still gonna hit every wall. Alright. So this one doesn't have illusory walls, it's just a little weird shelf. I don't know what that shelf does. Who are you? You're new. I'm always down for whatever new things they have. Thinking of like a lion head. I don't know if they're the type to jump out at you. So I need to be careful. They might want to jump out at me. Ow. Or the ceiling might want to jump out at me. Or it's everyone. I think I see what we want. I want to hide in here. Not that that's easy. We quickly run out. I think we're now safe. I'm not placing a lot of faith in this. Okay, so it doesn't cover the whole room. So yeah, we are safe. There is, however, if I can coax it down. Okay, no, we can't get on from the ground floor. But there is a second kind of raised bit overlooking there, seemingly. What are you? You just shoot a projectile. Okay. It's not too bad. I'd like to cut the flower. Let's get him under here, because then we don't have the wizard attacking. So it's fine, we can just continue on. I feel like there's going to be something hidden that I want, and the guy with a straight up mortar is ahead. Did I wait here? Does he jump down? No? Just continues to try and attack me. Got it. We've got a somewhat scary room. Which I just need to climb on top of. Something odd I've spotted. I need to quickly try and get to the wall. How did I hit that wall to kind of candles next to it? Did I just time it right? Try and dodge it. No. That's not anything anyway. That's fine. Whoa, weird little gargoyle this fella is. Been gone, but we get some more flowers and not resin. Not immediately something I need. That is a person. There is not anything that's going to fall on my head. You're immediately aware of me. Okay, fair enough. a fancy magic though, does it? So that launches projectiles that then bounce off the wall and redirect towards me again. You're the guy I saw earlier. So I know this room below me is safe. That's good. I'm seeing red? Red means fire. Fire means... I don't know. Hey, Helcha. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hope your dissertation's going well. Try and stay sane best you can during it. Just remember to take breaks, alright? I hope it's treating you well. I hope it's treating you well. I hope, aside from that, you managed to have at least a somewhat good weekend. I don't know. It looked like you're working on it quite a lot, so... Hopefully you're still safe. Yeah, I'm just chilling in some Elden Ring for now. I'm gonna do a new game on Wednesday, and I'm not entirely sure what I'll do. I'm liking the idea of doing... do you know what Oddworld games at all? Like Abe's Odyssey and such, or the New and Tasty? Is kinda what I'm thinking of doing. It's growing, stressed, doing less than 2 weeks. I mean, if there's only 2,000 words, that's going really well. I mean, I'm assuming you've got like a supervisor who you'd want to check over it before you submit. But, referencing. Yeah, academic referencing sucks. Is it Harvard style we're doing? I'm assuming. So I know, definitely, I didn't do referencing quite right. I never quite had anyone tell me how you're supposed to do it. But it's MHRA. That doesn't ring a bell. But that sounds worse. The fact that it has an abbreviation makes me think it's a lot worse. Oh no. Good luck is all I can say. Oh dear. I mean, do you have sites that can kind of at least put it into a template for you, as long as you fill in the information? Because I know for the Harvard referencing, I used a website called Cite This For Me, I think it was called. And while it's hardly perfect, it definitely did the job. And what information it didn't pick up, I was quite happily able to fill in from what I found on the stuff. Literally have to learn it. Oof, God. That does not sound very fun at all, no. Having to learn the entire referencing style. God, could you imagine? I mean, I guess you could imagine, you're doing it. So this for me isn't it on any other helpful site. Damn. I mean, if you really want, I could look into it for you and quickly make a little executable to just plug information into. Like, I don't know if that would be worth the effort. But depending on, like, if it's just essentially you need to get certain bits of information and plug it in. It's probably easier just doing it yourself, I'll not lie. If you just make yourself a template, you copy and paste that for each one and you just fill in the blanks. It's possibly the easiest way to do it. You know, that's gonna be fun. You got your kind of reference tables set up as well? I'm assuming you do? Like, you seem like you've got a good grasp on it all. Like, you need to have your kind of contents page, table of references, and all of that. It's a table of figures, I think it is, isn't it? Trying to remember, it's been a little while since I did my dissertation, and I'm not lying, I've kind of blanked out that part of my memory. I wonder why I've done that. You know, best of luck with it, best of luck. Like, academic writing is something I am very much not good at. It's something I do not enjoy in any capacity. So you keep changing it. First chapter is now second chapter. I believe you can set up, assuming you're using Word anyway, that it can auto-generate these things as you go. It's a little bit of a pain to figure out how it works, but it is doable, if that's something you'd be interested in. I wouldn't be able to tell you exactly how it works, but I'm sure there's going to be plenty of guides on YouTube or somewhere on the internet. Yeah, no, I cannot say I envy you in the slightest. What do I mean? If you're using Word, I can't properly use words. I can't check quite how it works. But there should be a tab up at the top which is like referencing or something. You can also generate your table of figures and contents page and everything. I think the contents page specifically is what's nice. I think you want to probably manually do your table of figures and such. Just because that kind of matters a lot more. But for contents page, like as you add more things in and automatically updates saying like, oh, this is now on page 5 instead of whatever other page it had been. Like, that's useful. I can't quite remember how it works. I think if you're quite far in, I'd maybe avoid doing it. Simply because I believe I was quite far in when I made mine. And then I found that and was like, oh god, I should have been doing this all along. And very much had a bit of a struggle trying to wrap my head around how it works. Especially with adding it in, like, after already essentially having my contents. You know, I think it's under referencing. Very, very useful. I wish someone had told me about it sooner. And I'm sorry for not telling you sooner. But I feel even that I told you, like, it would have been last Sunday? I want to say. It would have been not last Sunday, it would have been last Friday. When I first would have seen you in the kind of games night. Contents in the reference tab, yeah. It's incredibly useful. Like, especially if you plan on revising it at all. I'd recommend, like, just setting it up now, possibly. But yeah, at the end of the day, you can do it manually. Doing it manually will work. But there's always the chance you'll, like, change something that'll move pages and you'll forget to update it. Which, at the end of the day, not a huge issue. Not a huge issue. But still, it's a nice thing to have, which I didn't know existed on Word until I just stumbled across it. If you want to make sure everything's working as it should be. And if you're adding in stuff right at the end, I don't know if that's the best way to go about it. The things are already working. Like, don't mess with it too much. Just make a copy, mess around with your copy, so you can revert things, because it's a little funky with how it does it. Yeah, it means you'll be able to, like, change if your, like, font spacing, font sizes, just whatever you like with formatting, and you'll be all fine to just make it look tidy. By the way, I don't think I asked, like, in detail what it was about. I know you mentioned it's kind of Lord of the Rings stuff. Like, what kind of stuff are you looking into for it? Because, I think you said... I'll maybe avoid him for a second. There's, like, humanitarian stuff? Vaguely? I can't quite remember. I've not got the best memory on it, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm curious what exactly you're writing about, because I'm assuming it's going to be something pretty interesting if you're doing an entire dissertation. I didn't mean to jump down here, but this isn't actually all that bad. I'm sure I'll be safe. You're alive? I thought you were dead. I'm sorry. I should have murdered him properly. I understand he gets annoyed with that. So, yeah, my dissertation, when I did mine, I was Bachelor's of Science. I did mine on, essentially, UX development and tools for making games. Because there's a lot of tools you get made for creating games. It makes the process easier. It means if people are following it, it's always going to have the same pipeline. It's just easier between like team members and like a different project. It means you have transferable skills rather than having to start from scratch for each project and people having different styles. There's a lot of interesting things with that, which is why I did mine. It meant I also got to make a fun little tool for like making stealth gameplay stuff. It was good fun. It was good fun. Next, install text fields. Okay. I'm trying to think, how many women were in Lord of the Rings? One was a dissertation. My dissertation, I believe it was 10k words. I think. I'd imagine yours is going to be maybe like 15, 20k. Is going to be my rough guess. Just because yours is going to be more so about the words and less so about doing a project and then reporting on that and your findings. Yeah, I was about 10k words. And I don't know. It was kind of meant to be a research paper is what you're meant to do. 12,000? That's not terrible. That's not terrible. Now that is interesting because I think typically women in literature, especially older literature, they kind of get portrayed in a bit of an odd way, don't they? I don't want to say it's like anime with like, oh, women are fan service. No, it's not that. It's just that I don't think the authors really understood women and didn't want to include them because they didn't want to like seem out of touch or have non-believable characters. Like, I don't know if that's correct at all. That's always been my kind of assumption on it. Second chapter is Shelob. You know what? Yeah, Shelob is a female, you're right. I believe Shelob does have a human form, doesn't she? It's just she prefers to be a spider. I think is my understanding of it. I've got a very cursory understanding. It's part of your argument? Yeah, I mean, fair enough. I think a lot of women in modern media, they do get portrayed better. But I believe you had, I can't quite remember their username, but someone came by the like channel not too long ago, and he was just talking to me about kind of like Spider-Man and the, not necessarily romantic interest all the time, but the female kind of characters in Spider-Man, like the main characters, and how across different things have been portrayed differently. Which is interesting. Because from what we were saying, across all these comics and like films and all of it, because there's a lot of media, these women, they have lots of roles to fill, with a lot of them being a lot more interesting but not getting much in the way of screen time. Because, I don't know, does it take away from Spider-Man? I don't know. Anyway, Ungoliant chose to be a spider. Shalabazard Ascendant. Ah. I mean, to be fair, why would you pass up a chance to have an extra 6 legs? Like, am I wrong? I think so, but yeah. Why would you pass up the chance? But that's an interesting topic, though. That is definitely an interesting topic. I'd be curious to have a read whenever you're done. I won't lie, like, that's a lot of words for me to read, so I'm not going to commit to, like, I will read all of it. But I'd be curious to have a skim through it, see what I can find. Send it over? Ah, cool. I'll have a look. Possibly not tonight. I've got kind of tabletop D&D kind of stuff I'm doing later. So yeah, not tonight. But I will have a look at some point. Hopefully tomorrow I'll have a look. Tomorrow I normally do kind of work on personal projects and such. and applying for jobs as well, because the job market sucks, and I really hope I can use my degree to some use. But I'm a little doubtful at this point. Because, yeah, with my degree in games development, I think I did mention to you. Which, yeah, when I started, games industry was only improving. There was more and more roles popping up all over. Since we've had COVID, which meant those roles that had popped up were no longer really sustainable. Development took a lot longer, therefore a lot more money was being put into the actual development, which wasn't fair because we're already expanding quite a lot in terms of like making jobs. So yeah, a lot of jobs kind of disappeared during COVID. Since then, there's been more layoffs and like studio closures and such. And I feel it's going to continue going that way, with indie games kind of making more of a comeback. Because I don't think I play many AAA games. Like, this would be one of the few AAA games I play. Why have I got only my shield out? There we go. Yeah, not working at the moment. I've kind of been lucky in that my parents are happy for me to just stay here and look for work. But it's gotten to the point where it's been a year. I'm just gonna get a job. I'm gonna stop looking for game stuff. I'm just gonna get a job. Because I was working on like personal projects, kind of keep games development stuff going, give myself some stuff on my CV. But there are so few kind of jobs for kind of junior roles. Like, definitely, I don't want to stress you, but if you've not started looking into kind of jobs and such, I don't know exactly where you're planning to go with your degree. It's worth at least having a little look into it and planning where you want to go. So I know for me, I've made a list, is what I've done. So I've got essentially a list of, like, there's all of these companies, they hire people, and then rather than just going and looking up games programmer jobs like every week, I just go through this list. I go through each of these companies, and I know I've got a decent number of people to check through and be able to say, okay, these people have a job. It just makes it quicker. Like, I'm able to get something sorted with friends, so you've just got a document between all of you. It's something I'd recommend. It's not something you necessarily need to do right now. But yeah, jobs market sucks right now. I don't think we're quite in a recession, but it's certainly seeming like it's close. It's close. Work at library in the uni. Ooh, that's good. That's good. Is that just like a student job, or is that going to be a job for afterwards as well? Because, I mean, that sounds like fun. I think it'd be nice and chill working in a library, especially where you got all these people kind of looking for the academic books. It'll be fun to see kind of what people are doing. So get to know some of them, learn about their course a little bit. Like, that's going to be fun. That's going to be a fun thing to be doing, I reckon. And I've currently got a job interview on Thursday for... it's a temporary job at uni, only 13 weeks, but it would be kind of handling some admin stuff on like the careers side of university and kind of them supporting people. Which, kind of ironic that I've not got a career and I'd be giving advice on that, but yeah, no, that should be fun. And before you start your degree, working at uni is really good. Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds like a fun time, honestly. I'm glad you're enjoying the job. Yeah, I think it'll go fine. At the end of the day, though, like, I'm not desperately needing a job. I'd very much like to get one. So I'm fed up of kind of feeling like I'm not doing anything. Because, yeah. It definitely does hit you after a bit. Definitely does hit you after a bit. Joy is a strong word. Don't hate it. You know, not hating it isn't. Not hating it's At the end of the day, if it's a job you enjoy, that's great. if it's a job you can tolerate and you don't dislike, that's equally great. Hey, Shy. You making hot dogs? And yes, I did beat the dragon. Second try. Wasn't too bad. Wasn't too bad. I think the ideal for me is I would get a programming job in kind of UX or tool development. Maybe gameplay programming. But with the way the industry is, there's a lot of competition. Which sucks. I can't do much about it, but when you're competing for a junior role against people who have got experience in the industry, you're going to be hard pressed to get the job. And that's kind of what it's like at the moment. Because my hope was, like, do a job I enjoy. Because I like UX, and I like kind of programming. It's good fun. UX, if you're not sure, by the way, stands for user experience. Basically, it's how someone would interact with a system. So, say it's a tool for making a game, it's how a developer would actually use that tool. Or if it's in terms of the actual game itself, the UX would be, for example, in this one, is the health bar of the enemy responsive? Do you know what's happening? Yes, you know how much damage you've dealt, so it has a little yellow bar, you get a little number, you get to see how much health they have left. That bit's cool. Like, see what items you've got immediately ready to be used in your slots. That's what UX is. It's making sure players know what's going on. It's not just a jumbled mess that doesn't make sense. It's good fun. I like kind of dealing with that one. This seems dangerous. Am I alive still? I am alive still, thank God. Not alive for much longer though, and apparently that healed him when he did that. I don't want to fight this guy. Do I have to? I think the Sake of Mario is just outside him, and I've done this whole dungeon now. Oh no. I did go to, I think, a couple societies. I wasn't really a huge kind of society member. I was more of a, I went to societies, I found some friends. We then kind of just did our separate stuff away from those societies. With the one exception being the Tabletop Games Society, with like tons and tons of different board games. Brilliant fun. Met a whole bunch of people, played physical board games with them, and I mean the society itself had the board games, so I kept going in for that. That was good fun. I enjoyed that. You in any societies? Like, there's a lot of societies at universities, honestly. I think one which kind of surprised me the most to have at my university was the pole dancing society, which, as far as I'm aware, is a performative art. It's not necessarily meant to be kind of explicit or seductive or anything. That is my understanding of it. It's still a little questionable, though, I will say. I don't actually know what his ability was when he grabbed me. That was it there. Okay. That's easy enough to read. I can do that. Yeah. Like, societies are fun. Like, it's cool finding like-minded people. Like, not onto him. There we go. Summon my friend. I feel I might need him here. Camera unlocked. God damn it. Another group in high school. It's all kinds of games. Hell yeah. Like, it's good fun. It's good fun. Archery stocks, you didn't have time. Tried Warhammer. The thing with Warhammer is I quite like it. However, I'm not going to put the money in to actually play it, like, physically. If you are interested, I'd be down to play it sometime with you on, like, Tabletop Sim or something. Because it's good fun. It's good fun. It's just... Physically, it takes up a lot. There's a lot to learn. And when you're putting in all that money, and you still have all that stuff to learn about it before you can properly enjoy it, I find it a little hard to justify, you know, getting into. Archery is also good fun. I would have enjoyed doing that. There wasn't a society at my uni, and the biggest issue would have been like archery is kind of expensive to do, just as a hobby. Good fun though. Like I'm half decent at archery from when I have done it as a kid. I wasn't terrible. I wouldn't say I was like amazing, but I wasn't awful. Archery does something? Yeah, archery is great thing. Yeah, it's a shame you're not really in contact with those friends anymore, Sean. I mean, hopefully, like, at some point you'll be able to get back in touch with them. But it's hard keeping in touch with people. I think we avoided him. I put a pillar between me and him. I don't know what this is. He's making light one. Okay, cool. That's a bit mean. What was I meant to do there? So much for you, kept forgetting. Not a serious gamer. Yeah, I get it. I get it. I mean, horse riding, I've not done. I don't know if it's something I'd be interested in. I'd definitely be down to try it. I think it would be fun to give it a try. Like, I'm always down to give something a try. Unless it's something I actively think I'm not going to like. I think horse riding is something I'd either enjoy, or I'd be kind of just there doing it and thinking, yeah, this is fine. Not particularly enjoying or not enjoying things. This is fine. Knocks him down. This is all good. Back him again slightly. He'll try and grab me, but we avoided him. I'm being quite aggressive with my parries, and I feel I maybe shouldn't be. Ouch. I'm alive. I'm not dead yet. Okay, knocks him down. He'll give him a laugh. You know, I get you. Warhammer, I enjoy it. It's not something I'm super into. But honestly, if you do want to get into it, I think the best way to just do it casually is if you get tabletops in, you can play it on there. I can help you get set up with them. I've done that with some friends before. It's good fun. And you don't actually have to invest any money aside from the however much you want to pay for tabletops in. Which, if you want to be legal about it, is like £15 or whatever your equivalent currency is. So I'm not sure where you're from. I think you're from the UK, because you said university. And I don't think there's many other countries that say university rather than college. I don't know how I beat him. I wasn't really focused. I was just chatting. Well done, me. Cool. Death Knight having World of Warcraft. I mean, Death Knights... I've not played World of Warcraft. Are they like the kind of lich, but a knight? Or is it like a fallen paladin or something? I'm vaguely aware of it. I feel I'm vaguely aware. It's like a Tarius or... I want to say that's his name. I've played some Hearthstone, is what I know. That's where my knowledge is coming from. You also see university? Oh, it could be anywhere in Europe then, I guess, potentially. I'm not going to pry into where you live, Bohalcha. Like, it's up to you if you ever want to share. I'm hardly going to go, like, drilling you for information on where you're from. It's all good. Went to Warhammer Museum. Have a hall. Most tabletop games. Slave Spire last time, right? I forgot Slave Aspire had a tabletop version. That's fun. Ah, you're from England. That's fair enough. I mean, I'm from Scotland myself. If you're curious of the specifics, I can tell you on Discord. I'm not going to tell you on stream. Just because I don't know. Anyone could be listening, and I think it's just the two of you. But still, just, I'd rather be safe with it. But, you know, it's always fun just having people from wherever showing up, you know. Because one of the better parts of streaming, in my opinion, is you meet so many people from all over. Because, like, I've got a tabletop games group I do with the kind of D&D I mentioned. Play that with Shy there in chat as one of them. As well as, oh, I've got a lot of rooms I should spend them. And yeah, that's entirely something I've come across from streaming. Like, the person who runs it, I met through streaming Elden Ring, I believe is what I was playing at the time. And then they're from America on the East Coast, so are a couple others. We've got someone from Australia, we've got Shy from Belgium, me in the UK. It's people all over, you know? It's good fun. It's nice kind of just seeing parts of the world through other people, if that makes sense. And I want to use... is it like 10,000 runes I wanted? I don't remember. I'll just use this. Is from Australia? That would be rad. Is from Australia. So when we're doing it for him, it's very early in the morning, I believe. Which still amazes me actually shows up for it that early. Yeah, no, that's brilliant. That's brilliant fun. Yeah, I think we explore down here next. Is where I want. Which means drop down here. And drop down once more. Yes, I believe most are American. The other three are American. I believe... I think Yolo's from the East Coast. I don't actually know where Yolo's from. Somewhere in America. I know that much. I've never actually asked where he's from. Yeah, the other two are both from the East Coast. I believe they live together. And I believe they are, in fact, engaged. That happened maybe... let's say like a year ago now. It was quite a while back. And we've got something. Is it a mine? It's a forge. So I can't make the joke of they call it a mine. That's a shame. I was hoping I could. You know? Definitely live together. Definitely in a relationship. I'm fairly sure we're both engaged. I'm not gonna like out names in case on my stream. I don't know how much you want that shared. By grace, if ever I see another drop, I shall find it. Of this I have no doubt. The altar of the forge cannot be far. Ooh, we're going to Belgium. That'll be good. Belgium seems like good fun. I mean, the two of you could always chat and like figure out what would be a good place to visit. Could be fun. Hit them where they're weakest. See, I believe you're both in the Discord server if you ever do want to chat. Entirely up to both of you. Ouch. He hurts. He also does not get hurt unless we hit him in the ass. Okay, that makes sense. Hit him where he's weakest. I should have known it meant ass. No, he's got like an exposed jet. Am I just like perma-staggering him right now? Seems like it. That's nice. Ouch. I got greedy and went for another attack when I should have just waited. I mean, don't make me like force the two of you to meet up. I'm just making a suggestion. mean, I hope whenever you do end up in Belgium, you have a good time. Wherever it might be. I don't know entirely the name of cities or areas. So, I can't really say I know much. But yeah, I hope you have a good time. Have a good time at... I want to say, De Haan and Efteling. I have very likely butchered the pronunciation of those. But I never claimed to be Belgian, so it's fine. I'm allowed to make mistakes. Got Magma Slime. Oh, I'm gonna back off in case you explode. Okay, we're not an explodey sword. That's fine. I'm worried I'm gonna have to jump into that lava at some point. Is there anything down there? Not that I'm seeing. Let me quickly get a slightly different angle. Just make sure there's nothing on the wall I'm stood above. Okay, no, I might be safe. I might not have to jump in the lava. I'm always worried, because one of these dungeons you've got to just run along lava for like half a minute. And it's terrifying. Okay, just got another slime. Thankfully, they don't seem all that tough. They're quite weak to melee damage. Or, in fact, no, it isn't even melee damage I'm doing. It's mostly holy damage. So that's good. It's the Netherlands. Okay. I mean, I have a friend from Netherlands as well. I believe 12 over 12 in the Discord server if you ever want to ask him for like opinions on stuff to do. I don't know if he's particularly like sure of what's what. But yeah, if you're gonna go, like, I'm sure you'd be happy to have a conversation. If not, he'll just tell you to go away or ignore you, you know? Like, oh, what's the worst that happens? And why is there a hammer? Hammer and anvil for some reason. Yeah, no, it should be good to travel. Is that kind of plans for after you've done your dissertation and have graduated then? 'Cause that sounds like a nice way to celebrate. Make another hot dog? Ah, fair enough, Shad. Fair enough. See you in a moment. See you in a moment. So, there is a slime up above. You gonna drop down? There we go. What exactly have we got down there? Some stones? Stones are nice. I love myself a good rock, you know. Like, if someone ever tells you they don't like a good rock, they're lying. Everyone likes a good rock. Like, if you're walking along and you see like a cool shiny stone, you can't tell me you don't want to pick it up. Like that's just basic human nature, is it not? Pretty sure it's basic human nature. Let's go to centre parks in the UK. Ooh, okay. So you're gonna go for kind of centre parks, kind of I want to say theme park. I don't know what would you call it? Theme park sounds American, but amusement park sounds more American. I don't know. That should be nice though. Should be nice. And if you're ever down for like a nice kind of chill holiday somewhere where you're just kind of enjoying nature, I can definitely recommend a few places in Scotland. With a forest getaway. Okay, okay. That sounds nice. Like I've never been to Centre Parks or any of these other places. I'm assuming from the name Centre Parks, so it's some kind of like Lake District area. Would be my guess, 'cause that's kind of like centre of the UK, right? Not a recreation park. Yeah, that makes sense. That sounds reasonable. Doesn't sound too American. So I always worry when I say something like stealing just the American version of another word. I'm not able to knock him down yet. This is fine. Let's keep my guard. No, I should just back away in here, shouldn't I? This guy can't do much. Yeah, there are a lot in the UK, but you're right. I think mostly in England, though. I don't think there's too many in Scotland. Which is kind of weird, because I would have thought, like, there's a lot more kind of, like, highlands and stuff that could be quite fun to have in Scotland. Some more, you know, recreation parks as Shag. What? Some for swimming, being in a dome, tropical theme lazy reserves. That does sound quite nice. That does sound nice. You just going with family? Friends from university? If you don't mind me asking anyway, I'm just curious, 'cause it sounds like a good time. You know, that sounds fun. Just getting away for it. I mean, after university, all I did was kind of sit in my room and do nothing for a while. Which, in its own way, was quite nice. I enjoyed not having the deadlines and everything for a bit. Yes, there was a pathway up top. There's a pathway down here. There's just a ladder. I think that's a ladder I could have come down, so that's not anything exciting. Okay, I think we've explored this room. That should be fine. Yes, feeling like we've explored it all. I'm gonna go back up top, because I feel it's a lot easier to fall down than it is to magically float up to somewhere. Yeah, where exactly does this take me? It's presumably into the upper side of this other room which I saw, right? Yeah. With family, you go to Centre Parks every year. Trying abroad this time. Alright. I mean, that should be good. Hopefully, I'll have a fun time. And I think if you're going with family, it should be a lot more chill, hopefully, than if you were going with friends or something. 'Cause, I mean, it is nice going with friends, but if it's with family, you're very used to it. You know what's happening. You know how I said I was worried I'm gonna need to walk in the lava? I think I might have to walk in the lava. I'm not forgetting the time, don't you worry. Mum's quite stressy. Like, she's stressing and that's making you stress, or... Okay, I'm in the lava. It is official. And we can get out. That's turning and doing something. I don't know. Okay, wait, we can just get out of the lava in a second. Maybe wait for him to not be there. Can he climb up? I don't think he can. I think he's just stood there. Cool. Let's get beside him quickly. We're fine. Get a fancy dagger. It's not a torch, but that'll do. What exactly am I meant to do with this? I have a feeling I should be going back up. Is that guy just in the lava? He just doesn't mind. You know what? Props to you, my guy. Just live down there if you like. Stress for littlest things and gets angry. It's not amazing. Okay, what do I do here? I think if I run and jump, can I just run up top? Where does this take me? So I need to be wrapping up the stream. I've got stuff starting in like 5 minutes. But at the same time, I don't know what's going on entirely in this game right now. Like, I feel I should be going up here. And the fact there's a ledge makes me think I'm right. Yeah, this is feeling like could jump out here. What does this get me? Can examine the altar. And get an anvil hammer. An ancient dragon smithing stone. That's a cool wee dungeon. I enjoyed that. And yeah, both of us are playing. It's not quite D&D. It's similar enough though. Similar enough. It's set in kind of post-apocalyptic Earth where there's mana, and that's kind of mutating stuff. But you got magic, so that's cool, right? If you ever think you'd be interested, I'd be more than happy to ask about getting you into the group. That'd be up to you, though. That'd be entirely up to you. I'm hardly going to strong arm anyone into joining. But yeah, I'm thinking, yeah, like Shai says, we start in 5 minutes. So, I'm probably going to call it here. I should actually quickly fast travel to up here just to get my stuff back. But yeah. It's been lovely having a chat, Halcha. It's been good. I kind of need to disappear though. But now though, that is all from Elden Ring. I'm enjoying this game. I'm glad I finally got to the DLC after like maybe 60 odd hours. God, it took me far too long to get to DLC. But yeah, good luck with your dissertation, Halcha. Hopefully it goes well. Hopefully it goes well. For now, that is all. I'll hopefully see you around. Bye for now. Just tapping out to get stuff.